Hey everyone, we're the Violet Reality. I'm Casey Rain.
I'm Kim Camellia, and welcome to
This Week in Prince episode 14. Oh my gosh, 14 episodes. And before we get into it, we have to say that last week, episode 13, was an absolutely massive episode, our biggest episode to date. We have a handful of our episodes so far that have reached over 1,000 views, but last week's episode was the first episode that has reached 1,000 views before the following week episode has been published. So usually they've taken a few weeks to get to 1,000 views, some of them, and there's been episodes after that. But this one has already reached 1,000 views before we even film the following week, which is this week. So that's amazing. Thank you guys so much. That is absolutely awesome. Myself and Kim are very, very tired today because we were up at 5 this morning filming all day for a Hollywood movie. So we were invited to be extras on a big Hollywood action movie filming in our city, and we can't really tell you anything more about it because we're under like contract to not reveal details and stuff like that. But we're moving up in the world, people. So
don't tell us that we look tired because we know we did.
It was just really awesome. A massive set, explosions and all kinds of stuff. We'll tell you more about it soon.
Because it's a secret.
It is a secret. And with that said, let's get on with the show, episode 14 of This Week in Prince. Now, the first thing that I would like to tell you about that happened this week was that The Revolution did an absolutely fantastic interview with Billboard. Just absolutely amazing. It's the film version of The Revolution, which is of course the version of The Revolution that most fans think of when they think The Revolution. So that is Wendy, Lisa, Brown Mark, Matt Fink and Bobby Z. Absolutely phenomenal interview, ranging from where they were when they heard that Prince had passed away, thoughts looking back on filming Purple Rain and how all of them sort of joined the group. There's this really interesting bit where they're talking about how Prince didn't like anybody like smoking around, but Lisa was allowed to smoke, and Wendy says that Lisa got away with everything because she's the only one that could play piano better than Prince, and they were all kind of laughing about that, and it was just a really cool interview. So we'll put a link to that in the description. You must read it.
Check
it was
out.
phenomenal. Check
definitely.
It out.
So, the second thing is that all of you know that they have been playing a couple of Prince movies and a couple of Prince concerts at Paisley Park recently. Welcome to Australia. The tour was played there just yesterday.
Yep. So footage from one of the Welcome to Australia shows played at Paisley Park last night, which is super interesting because it's not been released. This is not something that's been officially released. This is footage that fans have not seen, professionally shot footage from the Welcome to Australia tour. And the impression that I get is that they're kind of testing the waters with what they show at Paisley Park to see basically what's feasible to release. So hopefully this Welcome to Australia footage will make its way out there, whether they can do some kind of like download deal or streaming deal or something, but we definitely want to see this, so that it is cool that they have started to do that, and hopefully they show lots more footage at Paisley Park of unreleased stuff. So
we're really interested. So if you are one of the lucky fans that were at Paisley Park that actually was there yesterday, then please tell us about your experience and what you thought of it. And also, if you've seen like any of the other things at Paisley Park, just your experiences. We want to know about them so that we can maybe include you in our videos as well, because we love you to be in our videos.
Absolutely.
So then on to the next big thing. This lovely album, HITnRUN Phase Two, just turned a year old. It was released around this time, just last year, so
second week of December last year.
I think so, So it has songs like Baltimore and Rock and Roll Love Affair and Look at Me, Look at You, Stare, Extra Lovable, and so many songs. And then now, some of them you already knew, like Extra Lovable and Screwdriver, but there's also a couple of like new ones on there, so it's quite a nice combination of them. And
as we told you in the previous video, this album has just been announced that it's nominated for a Grammy for Best Engineered Album. So HITnRUN Phase 2, 1 year old.
Yes. Some other awesome news. Google's second most searched person of 2016 was our Prince.
Yep, that's absolutely right. So we told you before about Prince being a popular artist from Twitter, but the same is true with Google. One of the most searched terms of all of Google in 2016, and Purple Rain has been the second most searched for song on all of Google this year, which is just insane.
It's beautiful.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. So how many people, have been... Probably lots of new people who maybe even never heard the song before, lots of young people, and obviously Prince passed away and they thought, let's find out what he's about, and searched and found Purple Rain, and wow, that must be such a strange feeling to hear Purple Rain for the first time.
I know.
I can't imagine not having heard Purple Rain.
Especially like if you're like quite young and you hear Prince for the first time, like after he passed away, that must be so odd. Like if you fall in love with him, like we all have when we first heard him, then
And I expect that, there's no figures, but I expect that the recent Blu-ray release of Purple Rain as well will see a lot of, sales and stuff. And maybe they should try and get that on Netflix if it isn't already, because, a lot of young people don't buy physical movies and things anymore. They just stream
really,
things.
Just Netflix.
Yeah, so maybe we heard about the Paisley Park reality show they were talking about for Netflix. Maybe Netflix can be like, you know what, let's do a deal, get Purple Rain on Netflix. Maybe the other movies too, but Purple Rain is obviously the main one.
Yeah, because the remastered ones obviously are an amazing quality. Like they're so much better than the DVD or even VHS versions.
Yeah.
If you happen to live in the UK, like we do, and you would like to have Prince as the #1 hit for Christmas this year, then you should buy The Cross on any digital platform so that we can actually make this happen.
Yep, so there is the whole Prince for Christmas campaign going on. If you go on Twitter, it's twitter.com/Prince for Xmas. We all voted on what songs people should be buying this week, as in, from last Friday to the Sunday that we publish this video and until next Thursday. That's the week that counts for the Christmas #1, because Christmas is obviously next weekend.
So fast, oh my god.
And the song that got the most votes was The Cross. And also another song that got a lot of votes was Sometimes It Snows in April. So even in just the first 2 days of the campaign, the early figures show that The Cross and Sometimes It Snows in April are starting to rise up in the charts for Amazon and iTunes and things like that in various categories. Whether or not we actually managed to get a Prince song to the #1 spot in the most competitive period of the year is something that remains to be seen. But either way, the support will get Prince songs up into the charts. Maybe it's the top 10 or the top 20 or whatever, but really high, and to give it visibility, and that is something that we definitely have to get behind. So UK people, go on Google Play or Amazon or iTunes,
anything that you can basically think of.
Sometimes It Snows in April. We all know that we all own these songs, millions of times in multiple formats.
But just for the sake of getting it up in the charts again, and maybe making it the Christmas #1.
Even if you just open up a free Spotify account and stream the song a few times, because that counts towards charts as well. Or if you have Apple Music, Spotify, whatever.
It can't be Spotify because Prince's music's not on Spotify anymore. It could be Tidal though.
Yeah. I'm sure somebody said the stuff was on Apple Music streaming.
I think it might be,
I don't know. The whole situation with Prince's music on streaming services is a completely different thing that's battling out in the courts right now.
We do know that everything's on Tidal, so if you do happen to have a Tidal account, please keep streaming these songs.
Any streaming service that you have, look up Prince, see if The Cross is on there, see if Sometimes It Snows in April is on there, and stream them or buy them.
And we will
want you to do.
Post a link to Prince for Xmas's Twitter to you.
We will. That will be in the description. So usually we like to end our videos with Prince stuff that we bought this week. And this week we have got Prince Forever, but this is different. You're thinking we already showed you Prince Forever when we bought it last month, but no, this is the jewel case version. So here in the UK, we also have a jewel case as well as the digipack, which is over there that we already bought when it came out. Most countries only have the digipack. In the UK we have the digipack and we have the jewel case as well. The booklet and everything is kind of laid out a bit differently. I'm not going to go through and show you it all now, but it's different to the digipack version. And obviously we've got this flippity jewel case. I've actually already had people reaching out to me saying, can you buy us a copy of the jewel case and send it to me in this country or that country? Maybe we can do that at some point. We have to, see how many copies we can get. But the thing about the jewel case, the reason why the UK has a jewel case as well as digipack, is because a lot of supermarkets that we have here in the UK, like Sainsbury's and Tesco and Asda, they have small music sections, but those music sections tend to only sell jewel case CDs rather than digipacks. So they've made this for those supermarkets, basically. That's what they've done.
Yeah, because obviously people will walk past that, they will grab it, and with a digipack, it will like rip if too many people grab it, so that's why the jewel case is a good option there.
Yeah, in fact, when I bought this one at Tesco in Birmingham. It was in like a big plastic security thing, and they had to like get a key and like unlock it and all sorts. So yeah, and also I ripped my digipack by mistake. So now I have a pristine jewel case. My digipack has a little tear in it because I'm terrible at trying to get the booklets out of them and whatnot. So yeah, so Prince Forever jewel case, UK edition.
Yeah.
That's what we have this week.
Yes, so next week we will have the Christmas episode.
Christmas episode! Next week.
So, you know what? For Christmas, tell us what you want us to talk about as well in This Week in Prince, like anything Christmas related, like The Lonely Christmas, obviously.
And also, we know that so many of you must be getting Prince related items for Christmas, because if you're anything like us, then everybody that you know knows how much that you love Prince, because everybody that we know knows how much that we love Prince. So people are probably going to be buying you guys Prince related things. CDs or books or vinyl or posters or cool stuff. So if you get something Prince related for Christmas, then we want to know. Yeah,
tell us about it, or even show us. Like, we've got a Facebook, the Violet Reality Facebook, so if we make a little topic on Facebook, then please send us pictures and things like that, and we might include you in the video.
Yeah, or maybe you're the one buying Prince related things for somebody else. In fact, you know, Prince Forever, it's a great way to get somebody into Prince if they're not already. In fact, a year ago or so, we bought Ultimate Prince as a gift for a friend of ours who said that, you know, you guys love Prince so much, you know, I want to hear some of his stuff. And so we were like, what should we get him? And when it was his birthday, we got him Ultimate Prince. This obviously wasn't out at that time. That was over a year ago. But Greatest Hits compilations are great for that, for introducing new people to Prince's music. You know, 40 songs, isn't it? Yeah, 40 songs on 2 CDs. You know, that will get you off to a good start if you're new to Prince, and then you can begin the journey, the purple journey of getting all the albums and hearing everything.
Yes.
So a good starting point. That's what Greatest Hits are for. So with that said, this has been episode 14 of This Week in Prince. Thank you guys so much for the likes,
the comments,
subscriptions.
Yes, and also make sure that with this video as well, you like, comment and subscribe. Tell your friends about it. Share.
All the stuff that you guys do already, and we love you so much for doing. Keep on doing that. Every single bit of support that we get, we are so grateful for. Like so grateful for. And the comments, so many lovely comments that you guys leave. Oh my god, we're just like, every time we get a comment, we're like,
oh my god, you guys are so lovely.
We love you guys so much, and we'll catch you next week for This Week in Prince Christmas special.
We were the Violet Reality. I'm Kim Camellia.
And I'm Casey Rain.
Bye bye. See you next week.
Bye guys.